bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go.
Morning, everybody. It is Saturday, December the 12th, and I am headed out to run some errands this morning. It is very wet but clear here, and it's quite chilly. I've got to go to the grocery store is the most important thing, but I'm also going to go ahead and go to the feed store while I'm out, because I need to get fuel for the tractor, and I want to go ahead and get my cattle demolished those 2 tubs that I bought them on Monday. So I want to get at least one more of those, probably 2, just to kind of get it built up in their system. That means they were really craving whatever that has in it. Plus I need to pick up some prizes for the Rainbow Riders for their year-end award prizes, and I'll go ahead and get my feed for the week since I'm already down there. And that way I won't have to go back. Oh, looks like Tim's up here hunting. So, yeah. So we're gonna do those errands. I've got to go to the grocery store. I'm trying to figure out what I want to cook. I've got the stuff to make a pot of beans and ham hocks, which sounds really good. Probably get some vegetables and stuff for stir fry too. So we'll see what I get up to. But anyway, so I'm headed to town, and that's what we'll start out this Saturday of Vlogmas with. Well, I'm stopping to get, I'm at the co-op station here, and I'm getting diesel for my tractor. I get off-road diesel for it because it doesn't have, it's agricultural diesel. It doesn't have the taxes on it. You're only supposed to use this in things like tractors and farm equipment and stuff. You're not supposed to use it in like diesel vehicles. And it's dyed so they can tell. They can actually pull you over and tell if you've used it in your vehicle. But it's because you don't pay taxes on it like you do road diesel. I'm taking video. One of my friends was saying, this is a really big place. And I said, well, this is the warehouse where all the feed is. That's why it's so big. Okay, so I'm back from my run to town. I did go to the feed store and go to the grocery store, and we got groceries, and I went ahead and got prizes for the kids for the barn, and splurged a little bit on prizes, and then also went ahead and bought 2 more of these accuration tubs for my cattle. They seem to go through those other 2 really fast, and I can't afford to buy 2 every week because they are pretty expensive, but I thought, well, I'll go ahead and get them 2 more and get them off to a good start, and then maybe every 2 or 3 weeks I can get them 1 or 2 and kind of keep them boosted up over the winter. So I'm going to put those out like I did the other day. Okay. They're about 200 pounds a piece. So I just kind of drag them off the truck and then roll them wherever I want them. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! I'm picking up the empty ones, and I'll use these for planters next spring. They're nice heavy tubs, so they're great for that. Well, my friend Tim texted me as I was leaving the grocery store. It's muzzleloader season right now, black powder season. Modern Gun ended last weekend. So this weekend is muzzleloader black powder season, and he got a doe today up here. So he got his triple trophy from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, which means he got a doe, or excuse me, he got a deer with the archery season, modern gun, and black powder. So that's a pretty big deal. Nice big doe too. So, you know, part of herd management, we had like 25 does out there. When you get that many, you start having disease problems. So couldn't figure out why I called them over here, and now they found their tubs. So, all right, y'all gotta move and let me get by. Come on, let me get by. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Can't get over that way too far, I get stuck. Move. Well, time to put diesel in the tractor. It's a perpetual thing this time of year when you're using it all the time. Luckily right now it's not very expensive. And like I said, you know, we can use the off-road diesel, which is non-taxed. So that helps cut down on costs for us. So I usually buy it 5 gallons at a time, because that way I don't have to worry about people siphoning it out, which has happened in the past. Where people have siphoned the diesel out of my tractor, and I've gone to put out hay and it died on me in the front yard. So I don't put very much in it at a time. I figure if they got to work hard enough to siphon diesel out of an old tractor, they might need it real bad. So I'm not going to think too nasty of them until it happens again. Then we'll So, yeah, this is pretty much my routine all winter long. You know, monitor the weather, get feed out on days when it's going to be cold, like today, or especially cold and wet. I need to make sure they've got plenty of hay, because hay's how they stay warm. They're not called hay burners for nothing. Hay, when they digest the hay, it helps keep them warm. So I like to try to keep hay in front of them, especially late December through mid-February is usually the most critical of our winter. So try to make sure I've got that. And that's also why I'm getting the tubs this year, because they're 25% protein, but they're also high fat, which will help, because the fat helps them, especially the ones that are nursing bigger calves. That way they don't lose body condition over the winter as much. I mean, they're going to drop a little bit just because it's winter time, but they don't lose body condition as much. So, yeah, this is my routine. Very exciting. Now we'll see if she'll start. This tractor is notoriously cold-natured, so I bet you anything I'm going to have to charge the battery. The battery charger works. This is how 2020 is gone. My antique piggy bank that was my mother's just fell off the top of the refrigerator and shattered into a bajillion pieces. This is 2020 in a nutshell. Well, I cut myself with my knife, so I guess I know it's at least sharp. I just barely touched myself with it, and it cut a hunk out of me. So, but it's a nice clean cut, so that tells me it's sharp. Hey, well, I got the hay put out for everybody. I'm gonna go unload feed now. And I was thinking, and yeah, I'm gonna try to gather up those pieces and glue them back together for all the good it'll do, but I'll try. But maybe it means I need to get rid of the old, right? I don't know. I was thinking, and I don't know why, you know how funny things cross your mind. I was thinking about cutting myself. And I remember when I was younger, when I went to my grandmother's church for a while, we went to a picnic, and they gave us all little jobs to do, and they gave me a job of chopping up an onion. And they said, you're going to cut yourself. You don't know what you're doing. So instead of showing me the right way to do it, they just ridiculed me for not knowing how to do it. And I always find that really frustrating. And that's part of the reason why I don't ask for help, because there have been times in my life when I have asked for help and have been ridiculed. And that's been one of my biggest obstacles out here on this farm, is I've had to learn everything myself. You know, my dad never showed me how to do any kind of repairs, how to do any kind of maintenance work. Everything I learned, I would surreptitiously watch him and try to remember it, but he never taught me anything. And I guess because he was of that generation where women weren't equal to men. And so women didn't do that stuff. But I was all there was. I mean, I was it. I was the only kid. So, you know, he kind of there was this cognitive dissonance that went on in his head, I'm sure, with, well, I've got to pass this on. But I think sometimes that's why he didn't care about what really happened to the farm in terms of the debt, is like he didn't see me as an equal. So who cared if he lost it all, you know? And so I learned all the stuff that I've learned about canning and preserving and raising animals for the most part, and all that on my own. You know, I've had to learn that on my own. And sometimes those thoughts cross my mind. It would have been so much easier if somebody just tried to teach me a little bit. So I try really hard not to ridicule people when they make mistakes. I try to educate them. Don't always do a good job of that, but I try really hard, because especially young women, if you don't help them, they're not going to learn. I mean, any kid is not going to learn. They've got to learn from somebody, and hopefully you want them to learn to do it the right way. So why not, why not teach them, instead of making fun of them or humiliating them, So I learned all the stuff that I've learned about canning and preserving and raising animals for the most part, and all that on my own. I've had to learn that on my own. And sometimes those thoughts cross my mind. It would have been so much easier if somebody just tried to teach me a little bit. So I try really hard not to ridicule people when they make mistakes. I try to educate them. Don't always do a good job of that, but I try really hard, because especially young women, if you don't help them, they're not going to learn. I mean, any kid is not going to learn. They've got to learn from somebody, and hopefully you want them to learn to do it the right way. So why not, why not teach them, instead of making fun of them or humiliating them, that just crossed my mind today, I guess, when I cut my finger, because they said, you're going to cut your hand off with that knife. And I'm like, well, why didn't you just show me the right way to do it instead of making fun of me? I guess that wasn't their way, but whatever, instead of humiliate, how about educate? There you go. That's a good, that's a good catchphrase. Well, I got all the pieces of the pig picked up and the coins picked up, and I don't really think they can be salvaged. Several of them disintegrated because it was full of coins and it hit a hard tile floor. Several of them disintegrated, so they didn't survive enough that I think there's too many of them that are gone for me to be able to fix it. But I'll save the pieces and maybe I'll use it for something creative. Anyway, I got mail. So let's see what we got in the mail. I also had a nap and read a short story. So try to get my headspace right again. Oh, it's from Charlotte. I got my bags from Charlotte that I ordered. She is April 9 Designs on Etsy, and she does beautiful work. Oh, and she sent me a little special treat. How exciting. She made a little stamp with Santa Claus on it. Oh, she sent me a sachet that's got a fairy on it. How cool. Wonderful. So maybe a little sleep pillow or something. How exciting. She makes beautiful bags. She's about the only person I buy bags from anymore, and she does amazing stuff. Oh, and I liked how she stamped the Christmas trees on that. Her packages always come beautifully wrapped. Oh, these are called, this one was called Animal Rescue. I liked all the animals on it. This is her medium, or is this her small project bag? So, it always comes with a little fob, little Progress Keeper fob. I've always got the handle, which is always really nice. And then it always, too, comes with a ruler on the inside, so you're never without a ruler, which I think is great. And it's got a boxed bottom. Her bags are really nice. I think this is her small project bag. So, super nice bags. Really, really nice, well-made bags. Oh, and there's the other one. Oh, yeah, this is the reason I ended up caving and ordering them. I love this bag. This one is called the Beekeeper. And it is, I love all the whimsical animals. There's a cat keeping bees on there, and then rabbit and a hedgehog and everything. I just thought that was the sweetest bag. So, and let's see, she put a little, I love yarn on the fob of this one. And also, again, it's also got an interior pocket, which is nice. So, I love her bags, so they're very nice. So, let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is from Quo, from Quo Stark. I love his posts on Instagram. They're so inspirational about just being true to who you are. And he had a fundraiser for a show. Oh, it's in a card. Apologies for the delay. Oh, yeah, he sent. I didn't realize it was delayed, but he sent me a really nice note in there. And the shirt, I thought it really spoke to me. It was about his new logo. It's about changing the status quo. So it's got a knitting needle, a crochet needle, and art tools, and a thread, and a regular needle, thread needle on it. So I thought that was really cool. So, yes. My t-shirt game is strong lately. Have y'all noticed? I've been getting a lot of t-shirts. Which reminds me, I forgot to show you one that I really liked. That I got, but I'm saving it because I also got one similar to it as a surprise for somebody. And then I ordered a couple of patterns from Simplicity. I want to make some pajamas, and I didn't feel like digging through my old patterns, so I just went ahead and ordered a couple of new pajama bottom patterns from Simplicity. So, yay for mail. Well, I put in the new temperature probe. Boy, I got some wild woman hair going on right now. It seemed to take it because when you unplugged the old one, it threw an error to indicate that it was unplugged. This is the old one. So it seemed to at least accept contacts. So we'll see if it will work. So, yeah, I am attempting to preheat it to 350 degrees. We'll see if it stays 350 or tries to go supernova again. Well, it appears to have worked. Excuse me. It appears to have worked. I preheated it up to 350. It kicked off when the preheat indicator went off, and it didn't come back on. And now I've turned it off, and it is cooling down. So, hooray! I fixed it. So, anyway, I took a little bit of a break a while ago and had a I feel sorry for myself session and got over it. So, anyway, yeah. So, I'm going to eat something here, and then probably, I think I'm going to sew this afternoon. I want to try to make some bowl cozies. I found a tutorial from the Crafty Gemini, and then also someone posted a little short documentary about Mary Lwyd, and it looked really cool, so I wanted to watch that about the mummer horses that I was talking about earlier. So I think I want to watch that. Anyway, yeah, so hooray. Okay, I am in my sewing room, and I am going to work on some bowl cozies for soup bowls, and I'm following the tutorial posted on YouTube by Crafty Gemini. And what they suggest you start with is a 9x9 piece of your fabric. You have to have 2 fabrics, and then you're going to sew a piece of batting just in an X shape across the back of each one. Now, I'm cheating a little bit because in deep stash, I found some pre-sewn fabric with batting already on the back of it that I had bought to make linings on saddle pads. But it was too thin for that. So it's been in my stash for almost 20 years. So it's already sewn. So all I have to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is take my other fabrics, and I'm just going to sew an X, 2 diagonal lines, to stabilize the batting on these. And then I'll put these together. Well, no, that's not true. First thing you do before you do that is you dart the four sides so it makes a cup shape. So I'll show that. But yeah, Crafty Gemini on YouTube has a really clear tutorial on this. So if you want to make some, it's a great way to use up scraps of fabric. I'm making 4 matched sets of this red and then 4 matched sets of this mosaic. So yeah, so we'll see how it works out. Fabric, and then you dart and trim. I've trimmed these darts already, but you can see I need to trim the ones on this. I just darted the back here on all 4 sides. Well, flitter. All right, there we go. I darted the back on all 4 sides, and she calls for 1 inch by 2. So 1 inch along this edge over to 2, and that makes a nice slant to make a nice round bowl. So I'm going to trim those, and then I'm going to put these together and see how they turn out. There it is. There's the finished bowl cozy. It's this is supposed to be good for a variety of different size bowls according to her tutorial. You can cut it where it's rounded on the edges, but I think it looks fine like this. So it's a great way to use up scrap fabric. These are 9 by 9 inch squares. And so you need 2 fabrics and 2 pieces of 9 by 9 batting to make these. So super quick, super easy, nice little gift there to make a great hostess gift. I'm going to make some more of these for Christmas gifts. Okay, well, I finished a set of the bowl cozies. I made 4. I thought that was a good number for a gift. I've got another set that I want to make, but I don't know if I'm going to work on them tonight. I may quit on these for tonight and work on something else. But anyway, so I think I'm going to call it good for tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow. It's supposed to be a rainy day, so I'll probably do a lot of inside crafting tomorrow.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way.